Most advice online about dog behavior is wrong. Seriously, if you've ever Googled, "Why does my dog do this?" followed the advice, and then watched your dog's behavior get even worse, you didn't fail. The advice did. Today, we're exposing the biggest dog behavior myths, the ones that confuse owners, damage trust, and stop real progress from happening. And you'll definitely want to stay until the end, because one myth sounds incredibly helpful, but quietly creates more behavior problems than almost anything else. Most dog owners love their dogs more than words can say. You watch videos, you read the comments, you try so hard to do it right. But here's the thing, understanding dog behavior isn't about control. It's about communication. And when we misunderstand what our dogs are actually saying, we end up responding the wrong way, even when we have the best intentions. So let's clear up the noise and get to the truth. Let's start with the big one. Myth number 1, my dog is trying to be dominant. This is probably the most famous and most damaging dog behavior myth out there. The truth is, most dogs are not trying to dominate you. What we often label as dominance is usually something entirely different. It's often fear, anxiety, overstimulation, confusion, or just a learned habit that has been unintentionally reinforced. Think about it. Pulling on the leash, ignoring commands, growling, or jumping up on you isn't a power move. It's information. Your dog is communicating something important in that moment. Dogs don't want control over you. They want clarity and safety in their world. When we misinterpret their signals as a challenge for dominance, we often respond with force or intimidation, which only makes the underlying issue worse. Instead of a power struggle, try to see it as a conversation. What is my dog trying to tell me right now? Next up, myth number 2, a well-behaved dog is always calm. This one is a really hard truth about dog behavior. A quiet dog is not always a calm dog. In fact, some dogs appear calm because they've completely shut down. They might be afraid to react because they've been overcorrected in the past. They've learned that showing any emotion gets them into trouble, so they just stop. True good behavior doesn't come from suppression. It comes from emotional balance, trust, and confidence. A dog who feels genuinely safe and understood can relax, but they can also express a healthy range of emotions without fear. A happy dog might get the zoomies. A curious dog might bark at a squirrel. That's not bad behavior. That's healthy behavior. We want a dog who is emotionally well-regulated, not emotionally silenced. This leads us right into myth number 3. Punishment fixes bad dog behavior. This is a dangerous one. Punishment doesn't teach dogs what to do instead. It only teaches them what not to show you. When dogs are punished for communicating, they often stop giving warning signals. They might suppress a growl, skip showing their teeth, or stop giving other subtle signs that they're uncomfortable. What happens then? They can seem to react suddenly and without warning later on. This is exactly why using punishment-based methods actually increases the risk of a bite. Real, lasting behavior improvement happens fastest when dogs feel understood, not intimidated. We need to teach them what we want them to do, not just scare them out of doing what we don't want. And now for that myth I mentioned earlier, the one that sounds helpful but often backfires. Myth number 4, if I ignore it, the behavior will stop. This advice sounds so calm and patient, right? But for many behaviors, it makes things much, much worse. Ignoring behaviors that are rooted in anxiety, resource guarding, or fear responses usually makes them stronger, not weaker. Think about it from your dog's perspective. If they are feeling anxious and are trying to communicate that to you, and you ignore them, what are they supposed to do? They'll likely escalate their behavior to get a response. Dogs repeat what works, and they escalate what's ignored when they're trying to meet a need. Confusion and fear don't just fade away on their own. They need to be addressed with understanding and guidance. Let's talk about myth number 5. All dogs learn the same way. This myth is a huge source of frustration for owners everywhere. You see a training technique work wonders for your friend's golden retriever, so you try it on your sensitive rescue dog, and it's a total disaster. Why? Because dogs are individuals. They are all different because of their breed tendencies, their unique personality, their sensitivity levels, and their past experiences, especially if they are a rescue. What works for one dog might be completely overwhelming for another. Dog training is not a one-size-fits-all formula. It's relationship-based. It's about understanding the specific dog in front of you and adapting your approach to meet their needs. Myth number 6. Exercise alone fixes dog behavior problems. Yes, of course, dogs need exercise. A tired dog is often a better behaved dog. But behavior problems are rarely just about excess physical energy. A dog can be physically exhausted but still be mentally stressed or anxious. Mental stimulation, clear structure in their day, and learning emotional regulation are just as important as long walks or runs. A tired body does not always equal a calm mind. You have to exercise their brain too. And finally, myth number 7. My dog knows what they did wrong because they give me that guilty look. We've all seen it. You come home to a chewed up shoe, and your dog is cowering with their ears back, avoiding eye contact. That's not guilt. It's a response to your body language and tone of voice. They are showing signs of stress and anticipation of a negative reaction from you. Dogs live in the present moment. They respond to what is happening right now, not what they did hours ago. They can't connect your anger now with the shoe they chewed 3 hours ago. Understanding this one simple fact changes how we communicate with them. It shifts us from blaming them to managing their environment to prevent the behavior in the first place. So, what actually helps improve dog behavior? It's not complicated, but it does take effort. It comes from clear communication, consistent and predictable routines, and creating a sense of emotional safety. It's about understanding your dog's triggers and meeting their mental and physical needs. Behavior isn't fixed by force. It's shaped by trust. When you really think about it, most dog behavior problems aren't caused by bad dogs. They're caused by bad information. The moment owners stop believing these common dog behavior myths and start trying to understand their dog's unique perspective, everything changes. Your dog isn't stubborn. Your dog isn't trying to dominate you. Your dog is communicating, always. Learning to listen is the real training. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this and want more calm, honest insights into dog behavior that actually help dogs and the people who love them, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Thanks again.